What's up guys, it's Tommy here and welcome to a brand new Liverpool transfer news video. And Liverpool are very interested in Gavi, the 17-year-old Barcelona Wonderkid. Only has 1 year left on his contract and Liverpool could poach him because he has a £43 million release clause. Of course, Barcelona are desperate to keep him at the club. They are negotiating with him on a new contract, but if Liverpool act quickly, we could get him on a pretty cheap transfer, and Gavi, I think, will be one of the biggest stars in the Spanish national team, or biggest young talents in Spain. And right now Gavi's yearly salary is as much as I don't know, maybe James Milner's monthly salary or weekly salary at Liverpool. So because Gavi is still such a young player, he's 17 years old, Barcelona gave him a very low contract, and now Gavi looks for a €6 million per year deal, but Barcelona only offered him €2 million per year, and they also offered him only a 3-year contract, and he wants a 4-year contract. And Liverpool have reportedly offered Gavi the chance to quadruple his wages, and some sources described Barcelona's offer to Gavi as abysmal. They are lowballing Gavi, one of their biggest talents, and I don't really understand why, because Barcelona, now that they sold their future profits for revenue right now, they sold like 20-25% of their future profits for the next 15 years to get money right now. That's how Barcelona could sign Rafinha and Lewandowski and other players. Barcelona have money, so why aren't they offering Gavi a contract that is worth his talents? Because he's one of the most talented players coming out of the Barca academy, the La Masia, and Gavi has multiple offers, and Liverpool are said to have the strongest proposal according to some newspapers, and they are allegedly willing to pay the young midfielder €9 million per year, and that still would be a lot lower than what the biggest stars earn at Liverpool. So in this video we will take a deep look at what Gavi represents, how he could improve his skill set, what kind of player he is, and what he could bring to Liverpool. So if you enjoy these videos, leave a like, subscribe, so you never miss the daily Liverpool transfer news updates. And certainly Liverpool are in need of a midfielder, because Thiago, James Milner, Jordan Henderson, they are all 30 years old. In 1 or 2 years, 1 or 2 of them might not be at Liverpool, and Gavi could be the perfect Thiago replacement. I mean, right now Gavi takes home €100,000 per year, which is of course a decent salary for normal people, but for a footballer playing at the top club, it's a really low salary. That's actually the lowest paid regular first team player by some distance at Barcelona. And now Gavi is a fully fledged Spain international. He's playing for the Spanish national team, and he could be a free agent in less than 12 months time, in June 2023, if Barcelona don't extend his contract. So that's how Liverpool can go in and sign him, because if Gavi doesn't get the contract offer that he deserves at Barcelona, then he would definitely look to move to another club. And Gavi also became Spain's youngest ever goal scorer at 17 years old and 304 days old in June this year. And also Gavi's camp has turned down Barcelona's opening offer of €2 million per year, which is still of course a big upgrade on his current salary, but it's nowhere near good enough if you count Gavi's talents and what he is bringing to Barcelona. I mean, he played 47 games for Barcelona. To think that he is the lowest paid player, and he played a lot more games than some of the fringe players at Barcelona who are earning 10, 20, 50 times as much as Gavi. I don't know, of course, their exact salaries, but still they are earning way more than Gavi. And La Porteria, a news outlet, is saying that Gavi currently has 2 offers from the Premier League. One of them is Liverpool and the other could be Chelsea, more than quadrupling Barcelona's numbers. Liverpool are said to be willing to offer €9 million per year for Gavi to switch clubs and to move to Liverpool. Of course, Gavi and his father would rather Gavi to stay at Barcelona and renew his contract, but if the Barcelona don't offer him what he deserves and what they think he deserves, then Gavi will move clubs. Also, Barcelona in the new contract offer wants to insert a 1 billion euro release clause. I think they learned their lesson after they inserted a 222 million euro release clause into Neymar's contract, thinking nobody in their right minds would pay that amount. And then bang, Paris Saint-Germain came in, paid that, and the rest is history. Neymar became a PSG player. So now Barcelona are just putting ridiculous release clauses into their players' contracts, learning from that. It's actually mandatory in La Liga that every player has a release clause inserted in their contracts. That's why some clubs are putting like ridiculous release clauses into the contracts of their best or most talented players. They did the same with Pedri, who recently signed until 2026, and Ansu Fati, who recently signed until 2027. They also put a 1 billion euro release clause in their contracts, which is like, wow, that's more than half of what the Premier League clubs are worth individually. And the Daily Mail is reporting that Liverpool are willing to launch a bid to sign Gavi. The report is saying that De La Peña, Gavi's agent, was unhappy with Barcelona club president Joan Laporta because he made some comments suggesting that Gavi's representatives were dragging out contract negotiations and delaying their decision. De La Peña instead contests that Gavi is yet to receive a formal renewal proposal from Barcelona. So this is a war of words, I mean, between the agent and the Barcelona president and Barcelona, the club as well, and that's never a good thing. So there is definitely tension, and there is definitely the possibility that Gavi could leave Barcelona. And Barcelona had a mediocre season by their standards, but one of the highlights was Gavi breaking through into the first team. He started a few games at the beginning of the season, and he was so impressive that he just remained in the side most of the time, and he played 47 games in total. His statistics, 2 goals and 6 assists, which is pretty decent for a 17-year-old. I can't stress this enough. At 17, he played almost 50 games for Barcelona's first team, which is absolutely incredible record. He played 34 games in La Liga, 6 games in the Champions League, 5 games in the Europa League, and he also played for the Spanish Super Cup, in the Spanish Super Cup as well. His main position is center midfield, but he can play as an attacking midfielder and as a left winger. His current market value is already 60 million euros, so his release clause, which is 50 million euros, is even significantly lower than that. But I think Liverpool can negotiate that down if Gavi feels that Barcelona don't value him enough, and if they are not offering him a contract good enough to represent his talents and his true value that he brings to the Barcelona team, then I think he will try to engineer a move away from Barcelona, and that's when Liverpool could pounce and offer Barcelona something like 35-40 million pounds. I think that would be enough, but I mean the 50 million euro release clause is right now around 43-44 million pounds, so that even wouldn't be a transfer fee that I think is too high, because Gavi has potential to become absolute world class player. So you might wonder, how much is the 9 million euro per year contract? That's 7.6 million pounds, and that's the wage of 146,000 pounds per week. So that would put Gavi right in the middle in terms of Liverpool salaries, or maybe in the lower third of Liverpool salaries, but probably in the middle in my opinion. And I think that would be a pretty significant wage for a 17-year-old, but you have to consider Gavi is now a Spanish international player, and he's a huge talent, and Liverpool could develop him and mold him, and he could become world class at Liverpool. And one of the major assets that Gavi has is that he's two-footed, so he can ping the ball to the left wing or the right wing with incredible ease, because he's good on both of his feet. He is very, very good technically, and he's a very intelligent footballer as well. He properly scans the pitch and he evaluates his surroundings in search of the most favorable outcome when he does attempt to pass the ball. And in his passing, Gavi is incredibly versatile in his methods, so he can put long balls, through balls, or wide passes passes into the ever-mobile wingers. Gavi's vision and timely decision making also gives him an edge over his teammates, and he loves these defense splitting passes into the channels where the opposition is on the back foot already and the winger is running through on goal, and that's where Gavi really exceeds and excels. And Gavi has immaculate positioning regardless of whether he receives the ball with his back to the goal or he's facing the goal. He is competent enough to give his team a positional or situational advantage, and his first goal for Barcelona came just like this. He made a sumptuous turn with a close ball control and then a very, very good finish into the bottom corner. And he's also not too bad at defending, even though his best attributes come in going forward. Defensively, he's also pretty decent player. What Barcelona or what Liverpool, if they sign Gavi, needs to do is they can't overplay him, because you know the story of Wayne Rooney. He burst onto the scene when he was just 17 years old, scoring that famous goal for Everton against Arsenal, but then at Manchester United he was played so many times in his early career, in his early 20s, just like Michael Owen, that his career wasn't probably as long as he would have liked, and he had to retire recently. And that's the danger when somebody is so good, so young, that he gets overplayed and he starts getting injuries and niggles, and that slows down his development, his progress, and hinders him physically in his later years of his career. So I mean, that would be actually a good thing from a Liverpool point of view. If Gavi comes in, he wouldn't play every game like he does at Barcelona, and he would just be eased into the Liverpool squad gradually, and he would still play 30-35 games for Liverpool in my opinion, but he wouldn't play almost 50 games every season like he does at Barcelona, because Liverpool's midfield is much better than Barcelona's midfield right now, that's for sure. But of course, if Barcelona offer him a big enough contract that satisfies him and his agent, you can see him saying yes to that, because he's a Barcelona youth academy player. This is his hometown club, and also Barcelona is entering a very exciting new era. I'm actually going to watch a lot of Barcelona games. My girlfriend is a huge Barcelona fan, so I already watched a few Barcelona matches last season. But this season, with Lewandowski, with Rafinha, with Ansu Fati hopefully staying fit, they will play some very good, exciting, attacking football, and that's what I love to watch mainly. But of course my main focus will always be Liverpool FC and watching every Liverpool game, but when I have time I will tune into some Barcelona matches as well. And if Gavi decides to stay, then I will just keep scouting him and watching him, and maybe in the future Liverpool will sign him, if not this summer, but maybe in a few years time. And I also have to say I'm deeply saddened by the news of the death of David Moores, Liverpool's former chairman and owner. He passed away a few days ago, I think, at the age of 76 on Friday morning, actually, just weeks after his beloved wife, Marge, passed away after 39 years of marriage. That is quite amazing. The Moores family held a majority stake in Liverpool FC for more than half a century, more than 50 years, and David Moores took over at Liverpool. He loved in September 1991, and you can read the detailed history of his tenure at Liverpool if you want on Liverpool's official website. But rest in peace, David Moores. And I hope that Liverpool fans will forever remember his contribution to the football club. And Jurgen Klopp said that he thinks Harvey Elliott feels like a new signing, because he missed the majority of last season and he is still very young, and I'm so excited to watch him during the season. He came back brilliant from the injury, then he had a little low that is completely normal after being that long out, so I'm really excited about seeing him, Jurgen Klopp said, and I think many Liverpool fans are very excited about Harvey Elliott and how he will develop in the future, so I'm also looking forward to that as well. Thanks for watching, guys, hope you enjoyed this video, have a lovely day, see you later, goodbye.